Jai Hind children, today we are going to study gymnosperms. Gymnosperms, the word meaning is gymno stands for naked and sperma stands for seeds. So these are the plants with the naked seeds. That means the seeds are not covered with the fruits. Here the ovules are not enclosed by ovary wall and remain exposed before and after fertilization. Seeds that develop post fertilization are not covered, that is naked. This is the picture showing cycas, its ovule. Let us see the comparison of gymnosperm ovule and angiosperm ovule. In angiosperm ovule, the ovule is covered with the ovary wall. Ovary wall becomes fruits. But in gymnosperms, the ovules are not covered with the ovary wall. Gymnosperm include medium-sized trees or tall trees and shrubs. The gymnosperm sequoia, which is known as giant redwood, is the tallest tree species. Gymnosperms have a well-developed root, stem and leaves. The roots are generally tap roots. Roots in some genera have a fungal association and that association is called a mycorrhiza. Example for a gymnosperm that's showing mycorrhiza is Pinus. In plants like cycas, small specialized root called corolloid roots are present which are associated with the nitrogen-fixing cyanobacteria. Stems are unbranched or branched. Unbranched stems are present in cycas, branched forms are present in Pinus and Cedrus. The leaves are simple or compound leaves. They are well developed to withstand extreme temperature, humidity and wind. In cycas, the pinnate leaves persist for a few years. In conifers like Pinus and Cedrus, the needle-like leaves reduces the surface area. Their thick cuticle and sunken stomata also help to reduce the water loss. In gymnosperms, two types of spores are produced. They are microspores and megaspores. So they are said to be heterosporous. And the leaves are modified into sporophylls. These sporophylls are compactly and spirally arranged along an axis to form lacs or strobilae or cones. The sporophylls bears sporangia, that is a sac-like structure in which the spores are produced. Sporophylls are of two types. I have already mentioned there are two types of spores, microspores and megaspores. The leaf-bearing microspores are called microsporophylls and the leaf-bearing megaspores are called megasporophylls. First of all, we can study about microsporophylls. Microsporophylls are present in male cone or male strobilae. So these are the leaves which bears microsporangia, which is a sac-like structure which is present in leaves. That leaves are called microsporophyll and the sac is called microsporangia. Inside the microsporangia, some cells which are called microspore mother cell which will undergo reduction division to form haploid spores which are called microspores. Microspores develops into male gametophyte. It is highly reduced and confined to only a limited number of cells. This gametophyte is called pollen grain. That means this microspores develops into pollen grains. Pollen grains are otherwise called male gametophyte. Next, megasporophylls. Megasporophylls are the leaves which bears megasporangia. And these megasporophylls are arranged or present in female cone or female strobilae, which is otherwise called macrosporangiate. These bears megasporangia or ovules. Megasporangium mainly consists of a body called nucellus. It is protected by envelopes. The megaspore mother cell, which is present inside megasporangium, which differentiated from a cell of the nucellus. This megaspore mother cell, which is present inside a megasporangium, it will undergo reduction division to form 4 megaspores which are haploid. One of the megaspore enclosed within the megasporangium develops into a multicellular female gametophyte that bears 2 or more archegonia. The multicellular female gametophyte is also retained within the megasporangium. We have studied about the male cone and female cone. The male or female cone may be born on the same tree, for example in Pinus, or on different trees, example Cycas. Unlike bryophytes and pteridophytes, in gymnosperms, the male and the female gametophytes do not have an independent free-living existence. They remain within the sporangia retained on the sporophytes. During reproduction, the pollen grain which is released from the microsporangium are carried in air current and meet the opening of the ovules. The pollen tube carrying the male gametes grows towards the archegonia in the ovules and discharges their content near the mouth of archegonia. After fertilization, zygote develops into an embryo and the ovule develops into seeds. This is the life cycle of gymnosperms. Children, closely watch the video, and if you have any doubt, please ask. Thank you.